Looking through the lens, opinions of three friends. Looking through the lens, sometimes they don't make sense.
Alright, hi guys, welcome to another episode of Through the Lens with your boys, the Unholy Trinity, plus special guest for a weekly session of WandaVision. It's just if I put my hand in front of my phone light, it casts like a shadow across my face.
Shadow puppets.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
This is the sort of stuff you should pay attention to before starting, Nate.
Yeah.
No, it's just the demon Mephisto, you know? Make up for the fact that, yeah. Anyway, I'm your host today, Mr. Patronus Gold, and I have my nerd shelf over here with collections from Wanda and Vision related stuff that I happen to own. You can't really see it, it's very dark. But yeah. On my right, we have Mr. Zephyros.
I'm down here. Hi everyone.
Oh shit.
I guess
Yeah.
it's you, right? But it's yes.
I should probably, yeah. On my far left is Mr. Sundude.
Yes,
Hello.
that's true. He's over there.
Good night.
See that?
And on my immediate left, our special beloved guest, friend of the show, and all-around fan favorite, Mr. Kaijin.
Hey,
I like how the ending of our WandaVision series starts with the reveal of who Kaijin is. Hello.
See? It was Kaijin all along.
Ah, yes.
And without further ado, let's get into this episode, which is the finale of WandaVision, episode 9, appropriately titled the series finale. Yeah. Let's go. First impressions. What do we think?
Hey.
Mm.
an okay ending.
Yeah. It's not bad. But not as good as people may want it to be, Bad edit, tied up some
Definitely
loose ends.
disappointing in
It
parts.
felt a bit underwhelming. Well, like quite underwhelming at some bits. Overall, it was an okay episode, but like underwhelming.
Yeah. As
To
an
me,
ending,
this is.
not that great.
Have you guys read those like prequel comics to the movies? Like those like tie-in comics?
Nope.
Well, this kind of reminded me of that because it sets kind of loosely
yeah.
sets up stuff for the next movie, which is Multiverse of Madness or whatever, but ultimately kind of doesn't really matter that much. I mean, there important stuff happens obviously, but like ultimately it doesn't really pay off too much. So I'd say the biggest strength of the episode is the actual conclusion to like Wanda's arc. I think that's handled well.
Yeah.
I agree.
So pretty shit villain in my opinion.
It really was.
A lot more bullshit.
Just quickly to clarify to our viewers and myself, is this full spoiler?
Yes.
Spoilers! Fuck! I bit my lip.
Nice.
On
Spoilers!
top of the hosting game, are you?
Spoiler zone.
Blue zone.
Oh shit! All right. Anyway. Let's go first into acting. Because we probably don't need to do too much. It's the same thing as everything.
Acting good, Flo.
So let's talk about the elephant in the room, or the white man in the room, Mr. Paul Bettany version 2, Mr. White Vision,
Yeah.
Mr. I am the Vision,
Cameo.
and then he just yeets out.
He was the
the big
cameo.
cameo. Oh god.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
interesting.
Yep.
Yeah,
It was, although halfway through the episode, he just eats out and is never seen again.
yeah. But from a performance standpoint, pretty cool to see him play
yeah.
with, yeah.
I'll say
yeah.
White Vision just like yeeting out makes sense once you see the end of the episode, where the episode is like, this is the end of an arc. She
You'll
said goodbye to
see-
Vision. For White Vision to reappear in the episode would just be contradicting that final like thought that the audience is left off with. But we are definitely going to see White Vision again. The question is where.
Yeah. Well, if I actually, I'll address that a bit later. But
Definitely.
I do have a problem with seeing White Vision again, and I'll get to why later. That's the main reason why White Vision kind of bothered me. But all right. Actually, let's actually go through writing now. This is writing section.
Yep.
Welcome. Oh wait, no. We do the other stuff first for WandaVision, right?
Yeah, because we combined it with the spoilers.
Okay. Cinematography. Fuck! I opened Steam. God damn it! I really.
What is wrong with you today, mate?
He's a gamer.
I didn't sleep at all last night. Just saying, so like I'm like pretty delirious day, and then I had to watch the entire. I watched the entire season of WandaVision for this review.
Huh.
Oh
Hard
god!
working, aren't
Okay.
you?
Exactly, the real host man thing. Anyway, let's get into the writing. I'm just gonna go plot by plot point as usual. Give your thoughts on certain stuff. All right. First of all, we get a bit more detail on Agatha. Her motivation. I don't know. It's still pretty shit. She says she takes power from the undeserving because she believes that Wanda doesn't know how to use the power and that she should wield it instead. Very basic.
Very vague.
What a basic witch. Am I right?
Ha ha
Yep.
ha. Witches.
I think a cool thing is Agnes is actually a pretty good match to Wanda in terms of like fight scenes and shit because she can like suck her power. That was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, a lot of suck in this episode.
Which required Wanda to use her brain rather than just her wiggly woo, as Mr. Quicksilver called it.
Wiggly woo.
You know.
Like a dome.
She throws a car at her, and then you get a cool Wizard of Oz reference with some boots. Oh, first of all, I forgot to say, this episode is like fucking starts. It just starts like immediately with the last thing that left off. You get like about like 30 seconds of dialogue between Agnes and Scarlet Witch. Yeah, Wanda. And then fucking White Vision's already. It's just so much things happening at once. So I think the pacing of this episode is honestly fucking all over the place. To be fair, they made the decision that they had to wrap up the entire series, which was like, there was a lot of shit to wrap up, which they didn't completely do, to be honest, in a 40-minute episode. So that's not the best idea. But yeah, the pacing to me at least was like fucking all over the place.
Why didn't they just make a 10th episode, eh? That'd be much
Exactly.
easier. But
Exactly.
I guess they had a time constraint or something.
It's like Game of Thrones. They decided, we're going to go for like, what was it, 6 episodes or 8 episodes instead of like a full season, even though they had the option to do it. I don't understand these people. Anyway, Vision comes to kill Wanda, but then the other Vision comes, and then they get epic fight scene. And something I'd like to point out, the fight scenes in this episode were fucking incredible, in my opinion. I really like to see Vision go up against Vision, and they use like the phasing shit and stuff.
Oh yeah, that was
fucking cool.
Vision v Vision was very good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Agatha versus Wanda there was kind of a little underwhelming in my opinion. It was after like you see Vision like fast paced, them phasing through each other. You just kind of go to those two just standing back and flinging spells,
Well, we'll get into that later as the episode progresses. You can give your thoughts on that. But yeah. Then we go. Oh yeah, you get your trailer scene. This is our home. Then let's fight for it. Monica's trapped with Quicksilver. Come back to that later. Oh, a very funny moment in the episode. I'm not sure you guys noticed this. Do you remember when Jimmy steals the phone? Like Jimmy Woo, I mean.
Yes, he did.
There's a fucking sword officer right behind him, watching him, but he doesn't say anything.
Oh, that's right.
It's kind of funny. I've gone through every review and everyone's just pointed that out. Just like, what is that guy doing there? But yeah,
he hates his job.
funny moment. He uncuffs himself, using that close-up magic. He says flourish, which is actually a reference because I just watched the entire season. It's a reference to Vision in episode 2, because Vision kept screaming flourish, and the one is like, stop saying flourish.
Was that?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
because he's been watching WandaVision alongside it.
You get the confirmation. It's the Darkhold. This big CGI book that is the Book of the Damned or something, I think Agatha says.
Yep, that's right.
So lots of dark shit there. Also, it has the prophecy of the Scarlet Witch, which we'll come back to later, but that's important. Oh wait, this is it. Yeah. So I think, Kelvin, this will help with your understanding of the fight scene, I guess. So it says in the Darkhold that Scarlet Witch has no need for a coven or an incantation. So basically, she doesn't need to know shit. She can kind of just do whatever she wants for the plot. Which is kind of stupid, I guess.
Well,
but
it really is asshole-y, but but it could be taken two ways though. Like, her not needing to chant doesn't necessarily translate to her not needing to learn how to do said spells,
Yeah, it might just be for some basic shit.
Yeah, probably.
Like when she just unleashes her power, and then later she'll learn how to control the power.
Yeah, but still, it was still very ass-pulling.
Yeah, I guess.
It didn't really feel satisfying.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Is any ass-pull satisfying?
I do see what you. I do see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
You get this is kind of a throwaway line, but I don't know, I found this kind of interesting because we mentioned a few times in last episodes a bit more information about what happened to the kids in Westview. They're just all trapped in their rooms.
Yeah, that's right.
Except the ones that were out during Halloween.
Yeah, as in they're trapped in their rooms until they're let out, that's their backstage,
Just grounded for a week.
Now we get to I think we all agree this is our favorite part of the episode. So Monica is in Agnes's house with Pietro.
Oh,
you guys can see where this is going.
Funny.
His name is Ralph Boner, mate.
Yeah. He's not a
They
real.
used Agnes to mention this mystery Ralph character and hyped it up for 9 episodes to end in a dick joke.
Not to mention, it's a fucking an actual X-Men character. And everyone was like, oh shit, multiverse, oh fuck me, oh yeah. Not to mention, in the audio description for the episode where he comes, it says Quicksilver from the X-Men appears at the door. But no, that's just a fucking dick joke.
Because that was a description
it's not even a clever one, honestly. It's just fucking.
It's a description for.
It's a stupid joke.
People can't hear me.
I don't even. Is it even pronounced Boner or is it Bonner? John, but Bonner.
Bonner, but it's Bonner.
English should be Bonner if we follow the rules.
That was the joke.
I guess.
Anyway.
There is an interesting scene, at least that of
nice lag
where he gets captured. So you'll notice that, remember when she looks into the basement, there's that purple shit and then her eyes go purple?
Yeah.
So she manages to locate the necklace based on following that purple magic signal. So that could give a clue about a bit more into Monica's powers, I assume. That was something. Yeah.
Monica.
Then we get a really cool scene where what's her name? Agatha releases all the people. And Wanda, she doesn't see herself as a villain, of course. She thinks she's helping people, but they all feel pain and shit, and then they're just yo, we're in pain, and they go around to zombies, and then she just
kill
fucking
me,
them.
please.
Yes, if you won't let us go, then just let us die. That was a line. But then she decides, I'm gonna let him go, and she starts opening the hex. Cut to more Vision v Vision. One of the cooler visual effects in the entire series, in my opinion, the sequence where the kids and Vision are kind of like fading away because it does the puzzle piece thing, which is a reference to the House of N comics cover art, which is like Wanda with like puzzle pieces. I thought that was really cool.
Super
Mhm.
cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
But while this is happening, Sword's coming. And yeah, Sword gets in. We'll get back to that later. She closes the hex, and the family is like, let's get together. There's a couple of shots which references to the Incredibles, like the shot of them standing together, as well as the force field shot.
And
Which,
the
and it's
movie
also a
theater.
reference to the movie. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention the movie theater says Oz the Great and Powerful in this episode, which was a connection to the how like Agatha's kind of like a wicked witch of the
witch.
something
West.
of the West view.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, I just
Um,
realized. Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah.
Triple
Westview.
W.
Of the West view.
Okay,
Yeah.
that took me way too long
Well,
to connect.
actually, yeah.
I mean, I was just joking, but actually, yeah, you're right. Look at us go, discovering new things every day.
Yeah.
Wanda, she's turning grey because her chaos magic is being taken from her. The best bit, the White Vision has an existential crisis when
That's right.
Vision's talking to him about what is it called?
The
The
ship of Thesis.
ship of Thesis.
Boat of Thesis, right?
Yeah,
Ship.
boats.
Yeah.
They're talking about
And that's kind of
fishing.
like about if you restore a boat or like
Rebuild
the
a boat. Is
metaphor
it
was
still
like,
the same boat?
is it the same boat? Yeah. And so it is both the same, but it's also not the same. Like, I mean, they're both Vision, but they're
But they're
also
both
not
not
the Vision.
fishing.
And then that seed ends with the regular like colored Vision giving the memories back to White Vision, and then White Vision going, "I am Vision," and then yeets off into the atmosphere.
Yes.
I'll bring up my problem with White Vision. Personally, if I was to make the show go along, I think that Vision should have died. Just no White Vision. I think it kind of cheapens the death and the whole point of the show, because the whole point of the show was for Wanda to like get over like
Move on.
her loss,
Vision.
move on. But by adding another Vision, it's kind of just like we have this really deep story about moving on. Oh wait, there's another Vision. Oh well, that's fine.
Well, but he's white.
Yes. I mean, that's probably what he's doing. He probably yeeted off to go like to get spray painted, mate.
Spray painted. Not me. He's just going off like
You
way up
paint
into the
job.
stratosphere to get a nice tan.
Oh yeah. We get tan Vision instead of White Vision. Maybe he gets too tan. He's like pink Vision from the sun. Redneck Vision.
But he is already a redneck.
Yeah.
You're right, technically.
But yeah,
We
that's
still have the British accent. We still have the Jarvis
Maybe
voice.
he'll change his accent. Become a
I'm finally
southern.
asking for you to rack off, or I'll hit you with my stubby. Wait, that's Australian.
this is Australia.
Southern
Yeah.
accent.
Oh, speaking of Australian, random news break flash thing. Marvel Studios is now based in Sydney. It's not in Atlanta anymore, at least for the next
Is it
5
because
years.
the taxes are
That's it.
cheaper?
I don't know. They've just been shooting every movie here, like Shang-Chi, Thor 4. That's all being shot here. So I guess they're less like, might as well move here anyway. So, suck it, America. We're better than you.
I think they're evading tax, but yes.
Maybe.
Tax evasion.
What was I gonna? Was there anything I want to say about? But yeah, that's I personally think just like not necessarily to have Vision, but I do think if they're to bring characters back, I think that the children should be brought back.
You can't make robot
Which they probably
children.
will be. They will probably be brought back in Multiverse of Madness because post credit scene. But yeah, I think rather than have Vision, yeah, just have the kids.
But
Vision's also been doing this as long as Tony Stark, remember, because the voice Jarvis and stuff. I feel like his
Yes.
time has come, you know. and this has a pretty good ending for Vision as well, like the colored Vision. So like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know if White Vision
Yeah.
killed himself or
that
not.
ending was, yeah, it was.
She says you're. Well, we'll get to it later because I have the quote, but
It's sort of
actually, I don't have the quote
satisfying,
for
but at
them.
the same time, sort of not. Like the rest of the episode wasn't really.
I think it's probably not satisfying because you know there's another Vision out there.
Yeah,
If it was
yeah,
just that
definitely.
Vision, you
That's what I mean.
probably
Like
yeah, absolutely.
how Vision goes, like it's sort of satisfying, right? You know, if there
Yeah.
was no White Vision, you know, like you'd be satisfied with this ending, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
It's like a bittersweet ending.
Mm.
But there's White Vision, so you're just feeling entirely unsatisfied.
Yeah.
There's
White
damn
people, am I right?
whites. Yeah.
Yeah.
Following up on Marvel relocating to Sydney, an insider told the Daily Telegraph, there is nowhere in the world where films can be shot in the way that can be here in Australia. Also, Sydney is the perfect place for the Marvel blockbusters because most are essentially shot in front of a green screen.
That's
I don't know
true.
what any of that means.
They built like a giant set for Shang-Chi in Sydney.
Yeah,
Remember that?
I remember
Yeah, that's
seeing
pretty
in
cool.
7 News.
I mean,
Yeah, that was like one of the
Yeah.
news. They should shoot it at Marvel Stadium, mate. You know, we got Marvel.
Oh.
Get the boys down there, just like set up for that. That'd be nice.
oh, the ad pack's pretty big, so they can shoot over there.
Yeah. Anyway, Agatha. I don't know if this is a kind of a throwaway line, I guess, but she talks about how witch hunts will always be a thing. They're not just a thing of the past. I think that's might give us a clue to how Doctor Strange might go.
Is Doctor Strange a witch?
He's a wizard.
He's a wizard.
Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah, so by witch hunt, I mean I think they'll be going after Wanda in that movie. But we can get more.
This ties into Far From Home because that one teacher who was going on with the people with the kids in Far From Home is like, it's fucking witches. It's all witches.
Welcome to the new Dark Ages.
When he was like, he goes up to the kids. It's all witches, guys. Dark Ages, whatever. When fucking Spider-Man's looking through his glasses at what the teacher's searching on his phone is like a history of witchcraft. So like in all seriousness, this probably ties into like a whole like wave of awareness of witchcraft that people are like, fuck the witches, bro.
The witches, I mean, if you technically go by Doctor Strangelore, the witches and wizards and shit have been around for, I guess it's just like a different type of.
Doctor Strange is a Mongolian
more
wizard.
that they've been in secrecy. Yeah. We'll have to see how it goes.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite lines in this episode where Wanda just says to her children, "Boys, handle the military."
Yeah,
that's pretty funny. Oh, there's actually a Days of the Future Past reference here where Speed speeds through and takes one of the caps of one of the soldiers and puts it on his head like Quicksilver does in that movie. Did you notice that, dear?
Nah, but cool.
No, because we're too busy being distracted by them shitting all over fucking Quicksilver's legacy. Fuck this episode.
Because I was still thinking about Boner, mate.
Mate, you always got bonus on the mind, eh?
Yeah.
Cool scene. Well, cool for one reason. But also, Hayward's a fucking idiot. Like, actually, he fucking shoots at some kids. What the fuck is wrong with Hayward? Like, it's not even just like a. What was the motivation for that at all? I don't just to say like, because for the whole show so far, you could say that he's trying to like serve the sword, I guess, get weapons and shit. And I guess to make him really the bad guy, he has to shoot some kids for no reason.
Yeah, it didn't make sense at all.
But we did get a cool scene, which was Monica turning herself into energy, I think, right? Because that's
or absorbing the energy, like some form that absorbs the energy.
As well as we get to see Wiccan do the thing.
Yeah.
So I want Wiccan and Speed back, except older because kid actors are kind of cringe.
I don't know. They kind of did.
Well,
Maybe they'll
we'll talk
come.
more about that in
Yeah.
post credit, but like, yeah, so far.
Some things I also want to say as well. So, wouldn't it, if I do like a pitch meeting, telling the producer of the show how shit the show was, wouldn't it be better if Hayward went to the kids, because Hayward wants to be able to control these like sentient weapons. He goes up to the kids and he's like, "You'd be so much better with me. We could rule the world." That kind of.
What if
that
I
kind
gave
of
you
We-
candy
together we can rule
and
the
get in
galaxy,
my
you know?
van?
A
Yeah,
real Darth
Show you
Vader
the
moment.
world.
could have been better.
I will show you the world.
On a cab.
Yep. Also, Monica, she turns her head to watch a bullet fly past. She turns
Which
her
means
head
she
in a
has super speed.
super speed, which is what she has in the comics,
Exactly,
energy and
yeah.
all that. And also, Wiccan, back in the house. This was about a while back. But Wiccan saw her mum release all the energy onto the residents of Westview before she actually did it. So, seeing the future.
Uh-oh. Recording program died. Sorry about that. Now
Yeah.
back to your scheduled episode. Anyway, Darcy rams into Hayward, and for a moment, if anyone was thinking, how was she able to do that in an ice cream truck? It's actually a big bulletproof van, because the stuff remains the same composition even when they travel through the hex.
Just like
It
It's a
just
piss
funnel
looks
cake truck.
when you filter.
Sorry?
Funnel
Just like
cake truck.
piss when you filter.
Yeah. Just like yes. Wanda, she does that Age of Ultron illusion shit on Agatha. That was pretty cool because we haven't seen her use that since Age of Ultron.
Mhm.
That was nice. And it gets even better because so they're in the nightmare for Agatha, which is like the Salem witch trial, but then it backfires, and then they all start fucking coming for Wanda because the Scarlet Witch. Correct me if I'm wrong. I actually didn't note it down correctly, but she's prophesized to like destroy the world or some shit.
Apparently, or so they say.
Yes. All right. Then Agatha's like, "Yo, Wanda, what if I'll let you live in this place with your kids and shit, but give me your powers?" And then she's like, "Fuck you," and kills everybody, and then yeets her back into reality. That's what I wrote.
And
Back
off
to
the building, yep.
Then we get the big climactic showdown where she's just throwing magic and missing on purpose, right? And hitting the barrier.
Mhm.
I didn't realize that. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
yeah, it was
especially-
smart. It was smart.
Yeah.
It was just
I didn't notice that. Someone else noticed
Yeah.
that, and I just copied what they said.
Okay.
Well, I noticed on the second time watching it because I already knew.
oh, how did you guys not notice? Like where did
and
where
she
did you guys
gives-
think the runes magically came from? You know?
I don't know. I was.
Because Agatha
later than
cares
I
magic,
was thinking.
and then Agatha is like, "Haha, fuck you! You thought I was gonna make a deal with you? What am I, a fucking witness protection program?" And then Wanda's like, "Haha, you thought I was gonna give you the powers? What am I, a fucking chump?" And then she goes, "Haha, you got the runes on the walls, bitch. We used your powers against you. It was like the thing you used on me, I used on you, and now I'm getting all my powers back, and I am gonna become the Scarlet Witch." She gets the fucking crown on her head. She gets the, in my opinion, fucking amazing costume. That purple shit, which
Crystal.
apparently it's like a culmination of all of the powers she kind of absorbs or something. Like the purple for Agatha, the red for Wanda or something. That's what Eric Voss said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's cool. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, a really good line here, which could be potentially setting up Doctor Strange. Well, when Agatha's defeated, she delivers this line: "You have no idea what you have unleashed. You're gonna need me."
Yes, she did.
Agatha returning? I
Well,
don't
she's
know.
always there.
Well, I mean, well, she did say.
Oh shit, I
Wanda
lost
did
light.
say she knows where to find her. So Yeah, she'll probably come back in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, but controlled by yours truly, the Mrs.
Oh, I
Witch.
forgot to also say she's stronger than the Sorcerer Supreme. That was a line from way back. That's another Doctor Strange connection, I guess. So Agatha's trapped in like the Agnes persona, and then she's stuck in Westview. Then we get the ending where she unhexes the world. I mean, not the world, the town. She says to her children, "Yo, I'm so proud of you. Family is forever. We could never truly leave each other, even if we tried," which is kind of like the moral of, this like
Double entendre, both literally.
And then she fucking murders him, of course, as any good mother would. Yes.
They were
Yes,
never
thank you for
alive,
choosing me to
therefore
be
it
a
wasn't
mother.
murder.
But then we also get an interesting dialogue line here. She says, "Thanks for choosing me to be your mum." So a lot of people have different interpretations from this. What I saw, I think someone say, and I was like, sure, it could be because they're not actually really Wanda's kids, and it's kind of like from another source sort of thing, and that's why the multiverse shit and like how she'll be able to actually find her kids in the multiverse because they're not actually really her kids, you know?
So she has no kids. So they're just stolen kids from another
Also,
family?
this would actually
Didn't she like, pop them out from her room?
Well, it was
Oh,
yeah,
TV
but that
magic,
doesn't
you know?
necessarily mean like
Yeah.
in the comics, like it was Mephisto's shards or whatever.
They were fragments of Mephisto's soul.
So actually, if you take this show as it is, this could be like a prelude to a House of M event in Multiverse of Madness. Because since I read House of M, I actually know some stuff now. It's pretty amazing. It opens with the fact that her kids aren't real. So that's kind of like this could be leading to that, and would actually kind of make sense where it's going, I guess. If it does that, I don't know. Then you get this touching moment where Wanda's like talking about how Vision is part of her, it's the Mind Stone, it's her hopes, her dreams, stuff, and her love.
I believe it was like hope and sorrow or something.
The grief.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Open her love.
So beautiful. Except there's another Vision out there, so that's fucking ruined. Anyway,
And why
you
Vision
get
now
a really
has Vision's memories. So
yeah. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. With White Vision, he's got Vision's memories, right? But like not all of Vision's memories because White Vision wouldn't have the memories of anything that happened at Westview, right?
yeah, no, he wouldn't.
Yeah. So that's just kind of going to be a funny. I
Although
don't know.
it's not but it's not implausible for fake Vision to give White Vision his memories, like during transfer it. It's not implausible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess, but like from what we know so far, it was
it's just the
it
memories
didn't actually
before.
Yeah, and it showed the
before he died.
flashbacks of the stuff he was giving, and it didn't show any Westview stuff. So I assume that's the memory. Anyway,
it's fair to assume that, but if they ever bring it up in the future, it's not implausible to say that he did transfer some memories at Westfield.
Could be. Vision gives that beautiful line about how he's a bunch of stuff and how he's a memory made real. That was really sweet.
That was some fate shit right there.
And then there's one teardrop, which is a reference to an Avengers comic I've actually read, one of the classic ones. It was actually some bullshit in the comics about he was like sad because there's some random bullshit, but they actually used it like properly well here because he's like human now. Well, if you think about it, he's not robot at all in this show. He's completely the Mind Stone. Like he is Vision. So he's basically a person.
He's stone.
And I think that really comes to fruition,
Well, I mean, wasn't he always couldn't you technically always consider him a person? It's just not that him
Well, he doesn't have the robotic body, so it's like just Vision person. Yes, so Yeah. Yes. All right. That wraps up, and then Wanda, you get back to you snap back to reality, and Wanda be like, "I'm sorry" to Monica, and Monica be like, "They'll never know what you sacrificed," which is the dumbest fucking line in the. I mean, I get it what they're saying, but at the same time, she started the whole hex.
Yeah,
Like what Wanda did wasn't okay.
There was no way she's in
She
the right.
sacrificed other people's lives. That's what she sacrificed.
Yeah, she sacrificed other people's
Yeah.
lives.
I'm. Do you guys agree? But Wanda is the villain of the show.
Absolutely.
In a way, yes.
Like in the same way, like Thanos is the villain. Like they believe what they're doing is right, but they're not right. They're in the wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I was gonna say that one scene where Wanda was talking to the people of Westview, and she was like, "I protected you.
Yeah.
I whatever, but helped your grief or whatever." But yeah, in their eyes, she's just the villain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get way more of that later
Whether
on.
she like was genuinely unaware that her grief was like, I don't know, spilling out to them. I don't think the show like really explained that.
Potentially. I remember
like, was she aware, and was she just like lying or like deluding herself that she was keeping them safe, or was she
Probably the second
actually
option, or
unaware?
I think the second one. She actually believes. Yeah.
And also,
like sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying the townspeople. One of the people were like, "We see your grief, your nightmares in our dream, in our sleep."
Yeah.
So she probably has some idea.
Well, I did say this in last week's review in episode 8, right? Yeah. When she first comes to Westview, she sees this town and everyone looks like depressed and shit. So she actually does believe she's making their life better.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so that's an interesting. Yeah. And then now she's a fugitive, basically. Then we get the mid-credit scene. There's a few pieces here setting up a few different movies, actually. First of all, you get Jimmy Woo. He's kind of getting like a higher position in the FBI or something.
Let's go.
That could be something to do with Ant-Man 3, maybe. Hayward's arrested. That doesn't have anything to do with anything, but yeah, he's arrested. They really underutilized Darcy in this. She only has the scene with the car.
That's it.
Because she leaves off screen. They deliver one throwaway line that like she doesn't want to be around for this, like it's boring.
Yeah.
That was it. But yeah, she might be coming back in Thor 4, I think.
Wasn't she like technically like out of the town, like coming back from the circus? Remember that? Because Vision just left, and then we don't see her for the rest of the episode.
Oh, you see her in this because she gets that truck.
Well, yeah, but like but like remember she was in the truck when Vision like yeeted through the roof and went back.
Yeah.
And then what? Like it really took her this long to drive back.
Yeah.
Because actually that makes sense now because before it would have been Agnes creating all these Agnes creating the distractions to stop them from driving back in. But now that Agnes was distracted by Wanda and put all her power towards finishing Wanda, Darcy could then drive back.
Oh yeah, true.
But that's like
don't forget, she still had power for dick jokes.
Yeah.
Very important. Very important. Then probably the most important part of the mid-credit scene, Monica and the Skrull, and then she'd be like, "Hey, it's time to go to my boy Nick. He has an idea to bring together a group of
good."
Did she actually say that?
No. But yeah, it's the meeting Nick Fury in the spaceship, from Far From Home.
Yeah.
I want to mention as well. Do we know if Nick Fury's update? Because this is before Far From Home.
I haven't actually seen Far From Home, so I'll probably do that.
Well, okay. It would make sense because Far From Home, the ship's fully built and shit.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense that he would have had, like, yeah. Also, he'd probably been done with Shield by the time he came back from the snap, right?
Probably, yeah.
Because well, actually, is Shield even a thing anymore? Isn't Shield just done because Hydra invaded Shield?
What they
I'm
call
not
it?
sure.
I don't think. And Agents of Shield isn't canon, so
Mhm.
I think Shield's honestly just Nick Fury definitely wouldn't be definitely left Shield. I'm pretty sure
We just got
because
Nick Fury's
he
thing.
got fucking shot at, mate. Yeah.
Well, what about the Skrull Nick Fury?
A Skrull Nick Fury. It might be. Yeah, Skrull Nick Fury might be. But is it like? Do you remember in Far From Home if they're actually working for Shield?
Probably, I think. You wouldn't say they were working for Sword, so who else would they be working for? They're not
I guess.
Rogue.
But yeah. All right. And then we get the actual post-credit scene, which I didn't describe at all in my notes. I just wrote, the post-credit scene. You see her in what could possibly be Sokovia. Is that the general guess?
Just mountain
some people
place.
could say, some people could say it'd be that lake where Wolverine came from.
Wolverine
That's what
Lake.
I thought it was like it looked like the dam. Remember where fucking what's his name died?
Fucking Striker.
Fucking Jean Grey and Sad Boy with glass.
Oh,
Cyclops.
fucking Cyclops. Yeah.
Yeah, the dam. Yeah, so it could be.
Yep,
Or it
and
could-
Eric Voss also said it could be. I forgot what it was, like Wondergore Mountains, but I forgot what the name of it was. But it was where the High Evolutionary live. I need to. We'll probably link the episode where Eric Voss talks about this stuff, just because
Oh,
I trust him to be like to tell the stuff better than we do. But yeah, most likely Sokovia, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's there, she's doing an astral projection, like the Doctor Strange thing. Except she's not asleep or sedated or anything. Because we've never seen anyone do that in Doctor Strange that hasn't been sedated in some form. Did you guys notice that? Yeah. So that's interesting. She's going through the dark hold. She's like learning shit, and then you hear the screams of Billy and Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
Billy.
But yeah, so I made a theory a few weeks back about there being two Wandas. I was wrong about like the nature theory, but like there definitely was two Wandas.
We don't know if it's actually two
Well, it's
windows or is
astral
it like
projection one.
Well,
yeah, astral projection. But
Actually,
yeah.
So there's two ways to think about this. Her astral projection is her consciousness, and she's also just puppeteering her body. Like we saw her pick up a boiling kettle that just finished boiling.
Yeah,
So,
and
yeah. So it's not natural. Something's up with that.
But she puppeted an entire Westview, so like, not out of the question for her power. Yeah. Well, let me get my light back. You can see my face.
Billy and Tommy is stuck in hell, and Wanda's trying to get him out.
Mephisto.
Kid hell.
Because they died, and also they're children of the devil, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know.
But hey, that's a theory.
Speaking of which, I decided, well, we don't really need to theorize about the future, do we? Can we just look at okay, if you want to
go over it, right? Obviously setting up Multiverse of Madness. And
very loosely, I think. It would have been nice to actually get like something a bit more solid. I feel like if this is trying to be like a hard prequel.
Yeah, I feel like it was very sequel baity there.
Yeah,
it would be nice if
many unranked shit.
If we full theorize, her children could be from another reality. She could have just plucked them from somewhere that in another timeline. Anything of the stuff could be possible.
somewhere in the multiverse, and maybe she's like angry, she's kind of mad, and then you'd categorize as madness, and it's the multiverse of madness.
In the Loki trailers, we saw like a shot of like inside
Mephisto.
a church. Yeah, Mephisto.
But that could be a fucking lie. Who the fuck knows, honestly, with this?
Yeah.
Everything in this show was a fucking reference to Mephisto, and nothing happens. Like,
Ralph was
another
a new
thing-
hire. Was it just a dick joke? Nothing happened.
Yeah. There's another thing.
Mephisto was a dick joke.
The devil's in the details.
Oh,
That's the other place he is. Wink, wink.
that was a fun Jackbox game there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was also saying in the comics, the White Vision was created by basically Kang the Conqueror, and Kang the Conqueror, Loki with the time variance agency trying to stop Kang or find out who's messing with time, so probably Kang. And we know he's casted. We know he's going to be a character.
He's that dude, the actor. I can't remember his name, but yeah.
Also setting up. This is gonna set up like Ant-Man 3, Quantumania.
Yes, yeah.
Like Quantumania, multiverse, time variance, just any impossible number of things. Multiverse.
Where Jimmy Woo is the highest power being in the multiverse.
Yeah. And also there's been tons of like references or like potential links to the High Evolutionary in not only in WandaVision but also in the past. So it could be any number of things.
Also, we're gonna remember this also ties into Spider-Man.
Yep, definitely. It sets up Far From Home or like explains some things, but mostly sets up for the next one. So yeah.
Yep.
Also,
I want to point. Oh, sorry.
No, it's alright. You go on.
I want to point out this is actually. I don't know. It's kind of weird because Marvel Phase 4 has been just jumbled now because it's not in order anymore. So this is like the fourth property that was meant to come out in Phase 4, but this is like the first thing. So there might have been stuff that they wanted to. I saw some video about like they might have explained mutants and stuff in like the Eternals or something, and then like this would have clearly been a joke at at Pietro instead of being like making it seem like it's actually a multiverse thing. They might have already established lore in one of the other movies. It's just we didn't get to see it because the timelines, like the release dates, jumbled up now.
Also, potentially might set up for Love and Thunder with
Darcy, who just left.
Oh yeah, Darcy as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Darcy ran off somewhere. Who knows why she just ran off?
She was bored apparently. That's something like. She found the work boring.
Or potentially the scroll got her. It was also gave her the we're going to space, mate.
Hey,
We're going to space, and then she was like, "Space? I've been to the fucking Asgard. This shit's boring. I'm out."
Wait, did she go to Asgard?
I don't know. I don't think she did.
So. Yeah.
Wait, no, she did.
I don't think
when Jane was sick, or was it just Jane?
No. No. Jane. They left Jane. They left the fucking Darcy behind. Yeah.
That's a good summary of her character. They left Darcy behind.
Yeah.
So every movie she's left behind. All right. If we're done with predictions, you want to talk about? I have a few plot holes here. Like I want to ask you guys about, and what do you guys think?
Let's go.
Who is the guy Jimmy Woo was looking for?
And I think the most plausible one is the postman, because for all the times we've seen the postman, he always like, "Don't shoot, I'm just the messenger." Like that's probably what it was, like witness protection, right?
Yeah.
Most likely a thing a witness might say that, and that he's like stuck saying.
Did you fall asleep?
No, I'm just staring at the ceiling.
He's just showing his period.
Look at that camera.
Yeah, you're right. That's something. I imagine 6ix9ine says that all the time. Don't shoot, I'm just the messenger.
Yeah.
Another thing I said. This is I feel like this is a good question. Why does Quicksilver actually have super speed? Because Agnes's powers don't say anything about giving people super speed.
Illusion.
She made him walk really fast.
He actually physically interacts with shit. And he does he taps Monica. Monica's a fucking mutant or whatever. Like, yeah, I don't know.
She just walks really fast.
This walks really fast. He
Yes.
fingers fast, I guess.
Yeah.
The wrong word. Send your scratchy. We got no answers to that.
That rabbit's gonna do some crazy shit.
That's fucking Mephisto.
The next big the next
That's
big
Tiger
villain.
Cockroach, mate.
The rabbit's just gonna eat everyone.
Yes, mate. Yes. Where did Vision go? That's not really plot hole, I guess. That's just like they can explore another movie.
Unresolved.
It's kind of weird that Wanda doesn't know that Vision. Like, don't you think that when Vision was dying, Vision would have been like, "Oh, by the way, I'm not really dead. I have another version of me just like floating
Yeah,
around."
you'd think that the other, like, you'd think that Wanda would look for the other Vision, you know?
But that
at least
would
the
have made
other Vision should tell her that she probably just doesn't even know because the other.
Oh yeah, that's true, because he said he'd deal with Vision, like the other Vision.
Yeah.
Well,
She
he
doesn't
dealt
know.
with him, then he went off somewhere. Therefore, he did his job.
I don't know if this is that big of a deal. Sorry,
No,
he dogged Wanda.
no,
What did you say?
no. He dealt with the
What?
with
What
the
did you
other
say?
Vision. He dealt with the other Vision.
Oh, he dealt with. Oh, okay. Anyway, another thing. Why was Monica's costume the same thing even after it was out of the hex? Whereas when the hex gets disappeared from this part, everything goes back to normal.
the hex stripped her. That was what she was wearing underneath the fucking space suit thing.
Of course.
Space.
Oh yeah. So I guess this kind of goes into the whole Mephisto and shit, but like them chanting for the children and stuff, that didn't make sense because it wasn't for the children. It was for Wanda's powers, not if you're going by like Agatha logic, right? The children really didn't play that much of a part in this in terms of like actual motive.
Yeah.
And just generally a lot of the like the lines like devils and that's what the only place he is doesn't make sense because there is no devil in this show. So like, I mean, you could argue they could be setting it up, but I feel like they're not really setting it up. Honestly, it's kind of random if they do introduce a Fisto and another thing. To be honest, but yeah.
Well, I think like they said before, they're not characters; they're plot devices, something like that.
Yeah.
His camera's dead.
Hold on. Fixing
The
a thing.
children, yeah, the children. I reckon they'll come back and as like more. Like I said, I think they need to be like more of an older age first because like they can't really do much for like actual like character work with these kid actors because they can't really act.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was rewatching it. I was like, these kids.
Yeah, their performance is alright.
Yeah.
Mom's in trouble.
Imagine fucking Wiccan from this show leading the Avengers, mate. The Young Avengers.
I don't want to imagine fucking Wiccan.
What, just Teen Titans, but with Wanda's kids?
I mean, well, the Young Avengers is like the
Yeah.
well, yeah, the Young Avengers, and the Phase 4 is kind of setting that up with the introduction of new characters. Oh yeah,
Teen Titans was way better, I remember.
the engineer. We never got
Well, I think
anything.
we did, but it was just some random
Army
throwaway
lady.
Yeah, it was throwaway.
US Air Force sword
Yeah.
lady.
So that kind of brings me to a kind of an issue with this entire series, both on like the fan side and both on the creative side. Expectations. Okay, for the fan side, I'm sure like some of our expectations of shit did like end up disappointing, but it's not their fault for that, it's our fault. But on the other hand, who the fuck was the people who were like in charge of like helping the actors with their press conferences? Because the fucking actors had no clue what the fuck they were saying. Paul Bettany's like, oh, we got an amazing cameo coming up. What's her name? Fuck, I'm blanking. Elizabeth Olsen is like, it's a Luke Skywalker level cameo.
They were joking.
Monica Rambeau says, "Oh, I can't wait for you guys to meet the engineer. It's going to be amazing." That's kind of.
I understand for the interview side of things, but it was just a huge bait. It was just a big, like, fuck you kind of bait. But just
Really
in the
was.
show itself, the engineer, the witness protection, most things that were like hyped up, like Ralph, right? They just led up to basically nothing.
Oh, the Pietro thing, it's just honestly, it's just disrespectful to like actual fans of the X-Men thing, because it's kind of like, oh, we bought them, we have the assets, and we're basically using them as a dick joke because fuck you, we're gonna do the X-Men but better because fuck Fox. That's the sort of deal that they're going for because they're fucking Disney. Yeah. Which is a shame because the show started off being like really like for the fans of the comics, because we'd be going, oh, Easter egg, and everything. It would be like it was really cool to go through each episode, but a lot of it's just like a fuck you. Yeah, that's kind of one of my problems with the show. But also like, yeah, our expectations and our theories also kind of ruined that too.
But at the same time, they kind of did set that up.
Yeah, it's a lot for like red herrings, I think.
Yeah, it's a lot of like Easter eggs and red herring.
Yeah.
But if this is moving forward, like, then I think people will definitely not theorize as much about the future Easter eggs and future shows.
Yeah. All right. That's all I have to say about the story. Did we go through cinematography and editing and stuff?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll do that quickly. Cinematography kind of popped off in this episode. We had some great
Really
shots
did.
of like Wanda flying, and then it like pulls out through like a window.
Yeah, super cool.
That was pretty cool.
Cool effects.
We also got like the falling vision.
Yeah, I wanted to say as well, with the in the post credit scene, just back to spoiler zone, I guess, but it was
Oh,
like
the
a
whole
one
thing is
shot
frozen.
of her going through the one shot of her. It was a one shot take of like the camera going into the house, and then you see the Wanda, and then you see Wanda again. That was like one take. So if it was like putting you into perspective of like another astral projection, like as if you were an astral projection.
That's really cool.
And
I
if
didn't
we,
notice that.
if we like really pull it, it could be like Doctor Strange, his astral projection, and he's like traveling into these places as
Could
like.
be.
But that's just like another really fun. It's like that's taking it pretty far.
Or maybe we're all witches deep down inside, you know.
And before I say
the witches
it was
who made
mine, it was not mine. It was Aaron Foster's.
I assumed. Fuck, I opened Steam again.
No.
Yeah, cinematography. Let's go editing and visuals. Oh, we had some great fight choreography and shit. That was all popping off.
Yeah, with Vision v Vision.
Yeah, bit too CGI reliant, I think, on some parts. Because we're back in, like, I guess, regular Marvel fashion.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And my complaints about the Wanda from earlier about the Wanda fight still kind of hold up for me.
A lot of CGI throwing.
Oh no! About like you get Vision like fast paced. They're throwing punches, phasing through each other into Wanda and Agatha just kind of flying around, sort of slowly in comparison to Vision's, and just chucking magic at each other.
Pew, pew.
It's not very. Yeah, it just evolved into like, I don't know what, like a Harry Potter duel. Like they're just throwing magic at each other.
I guess it kind of makes sense because they're witches.
Yeah, it does, but at the same time, it it doesn't make for a very entertaining fight, in my opinion.
Sure. I like I mentioned it before, but the jigsaw pieces effect, that was really cool. Yeah. That's kind of editing and visuals, right?
Nice. Yeah.
Music.
I guess same old, pretty good.
Same old.
All right, that brings us to the final verdict. Now, we'll do our final verdicts, and then we'll go again, and we'll do the overall series verdict. All right.
Got it.
All right, take it away, Mr. Dio. Your episode.
Hey yo, this episode was it was alright, you know. Ended off the series on a decent note. things. A lot of things happened. We learned new things. General as an episode was fine. Had some questionable bits. As said before, pacing was a bit fast. I guess they could have made another episode, but they didn't. And so I'd be giving it a strong 6.
You know, I was really disappointed the first time I watched it, but like putting that as disappointment aside and then rewatching it again, I liked it more. I'll say it does have a solid, satisfying conclusion to Wanda's arc, and I think she's probably the best developed villain in the MCU. If we're treating her as a villain, which I think we are. It's visually spectacular as always. Great production, great acting. There is stuff I don't like. I don't like how they cheapened Vision's death, and I don't like the Pietro shit. That's not cool. And I feel like also just as a setup for Doctor Strange, it's fine, but I feel like we could have a bit more of a connection. But honestly, going by it being like the end of Wanda's herself story, I think this is going to be an 8 for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mostly share same sentiments with Dare for this one. I think a good 6.5 probably. It wraps up Wanda's character arc really well, and that's a definite positive. But at the same time, I feel like it tries to do too much. It sets up a lot of things for the future, but it doesn't resolve them, or it doesn't sort of like White Vision just disappearing. He just yeets off. Yeah, stuff like that. For example, it's not very satisfying at the end. Like Vision's death was bittersweet. It was satisfying, but you just remember all the other things. Like, oh well, like it's sort of ruined.
Mm-hmm.
So
you know what?
I think 6.5.
Yeah. I'll lower mine to 7 actually.
Damn. I don't know. For the hell of it, I'll go 7. I have no particular reason. Give
All right, great review,
an
right?
average of
For an average 6.9.
6.9. There we go. There we go.
6.9, yeah.
6.9.
All right, and then we'll go back through each of us, and then we'll go overall series review. Same with Dia.
Alright, this whole show, this season, I'd say it was alright. Although I haven't rewatched this show, binging it, but Jack has, so it'd be interesting to hear what he says. But as far as I remember, good bits at the start, more good bits at the middle, a bit of good bits at the end. Yeah, enjoyable show. Probably like 8.
All right.
Yeah, so as I just binged the entire thing, I gotta admit, it's less fun watching it by yourself. I think because you already know the mystery and stuff. Honestly, going back and watching it, there aren't actually that many little details to notice as much as you might think. Especially with the first 3 episodes, because like the little details are like the big fucking plot things that happen. So I don't know. This has pretty significant pacing issues, especially with like the first 3 episodes, just like the way the thing. And I think the show peaks in like the middle of like around episode 5, 6, and the ending's not that satisfying. But all things considered, it's very well made. I really like the way it pays homage to the sitcoms and shit. It's something different. It's like a risk that Marvel's taking. This isn't like any superhero shit you've seen before. And this is a really good character study for Wanda and also kind of Vision, I guess. And overall, that stuff is, I think it's definitely worth the viewing from that. And I'm going to also say an 8 for this one.
I definitely think this show is definitely better than like average or mediocre, but at the same time, issues like pacing with the first, was it 3 or 4 episodes? 3?
Four is where like you get the curtain pulled back.
Yeah, first 3 episodes is definitely an issue. You're forced to like sit through that, and you're like, what the heck's happening? And the first 2 episodes is sort of where the hell is this going? And I think that first third definitely, like if you're not binging it, it definitely kind of turns into a slog. Like you finish it, and throughout the week you're just like, what's gonna happen next? You know. The ending, like this final episode was satisfying, well, mostly unsatisfying, I think. But the middle was very good, so I think a nice 7. Like it's definitely like the start and end don't like I don't think let WandaVision qualify for like one of like, oh, this is great, like the writing is great, everything is great, you know. Like a lot of the other stuff is done very well, but I think that those bits just sort of, you know, like drag it down a little. So I think seven is a good balance, better than definitely a cut above average, but at the same time, just shy of like great.
All right. I'm going to remain consistent myself. I gave the ending a 7. I'll just randomly give this one, the whole series, a 7. Which works perfectly to give it an average of 7.5. Aha. There you go.
Thank you for watching, guys. And let us know if you guys are interested in us watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So this one's coming up.
The series is done.
Other TV show review we're doing, Superman and Lois, check that out. Other stuff to shout out. I don't know. Ooh, we got Cherry coming up next weekend.
Yep, that's right. Big thank you to Kaijin. He's been with us for all 9 episodes, hasn't missed a single one. So we appreciate you. And thanks for being in
for having me on the channel, guys.
Yeah, no worries. Unholy Trinity will be seeing you quite soon, hopefully, for a special episode.
Oh yeah, we got a special coming up. Yeah.
Yes, with the extended Unholy Trinity.
Extended Unholy Trinity.
Yeah, let's go.
Can we call our fan base the Extended Unholy Trinity, like the BPS army sort of thing, you know?
I mean, aren't I part of the extended?
Well, is the extended Unholy Trinity just like people we have on the show?
Like what? You're disciples.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
I guess the fans would be the
disciples.
The Trinity disciples.
Yeah.
The Trinity Army. Your choice. Oh, vote down below in the comments. What do you want to be called?
Oh yeah. And give us a like if you like this review. Give us a like if you hate that they fucked up the boner thing. If you dislike this review, just give us a like. Come on, man.
Yeah.
We got to lose. Subscribe for movie reviews, TV reviews, gaming, etc. And faces, apparently.
Subscribe to see my beautiful face every week.
We are really dragging this out, huh?
Yeah, it's been like... What now?
It's nice lag.
I think Mac's connection dropped out.
Yeah, my connection dropped out. Did you kiss the camera?
I would if you guys press subscribe now.
Alright, you're not getting it.
Yeah, you're not getting it. Alright.
Oh, damn. Alright, anyway, yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you in the next one. And...